Welcome back, everybody, to another great Washington State adventure with your host, the Traveling Monkey. Today, we're not in the mountains. Today, we're in a small town park called Lindale Park in Linwood, Washington. Someone had told me it's a great little place to kind of walk around and explore the wilderness, but also be in town. So if you're anything like me, you like to explore new places and do new things. So just sit on back, relax. Let's go check out, see what the trails look like. See you in a little bit. The entrance I took to get into this place is Olympic Park Drive, right by the skate park. And the road kind of wraps you up and puts you right here. Wow. I love the roof on that. Look at that. There's some big old timbers, isn't it? Lindale Park was actually created in 1969, but in 2009 it underwent some renovations, which included building a new pavilion, upgrading the barbecue grills and picnic tables. You know, not being from Washington originally, I'm not used to these big pavilions with these massive trees, you know what I mean? Usually they're just simple pavilions with wooden posts, but this is actually really cool. I mean, don't you think it's beautiful? And it actually should last a long, long time. All right, let's get walking down these trails. You got the beautiful nature behind me, the beautiful trees, beautiful leaves, vegetation, sound of airplanes, people screaming. Pretty nice. If you didn't hear all that noise, you wouldn't even know you're in town. Which way? Do we go this way? Or do we go this way? Alright. I've decided to kind of go down this trail. I kind of cheated and looked at the GPS and noticed this trail that goes this way actually wraps right back around towards the parking lot where I came in. So we're going to go this way. This should wrap down and around and go back up, and should be plenty more trails to walk on. You can see all the footprints. There's a lot of traffic through here. I've been so amazed about these trees here. Like, I don't know if it does it very much justice on camera, but they're so freaking tall, man. Look at that. It's way up there. Look how high these things go. Wow. Boom. Pretty tall. Wonder how old they are. Oh. Kind of looks like somebody's been back here making little places to sleep at night. Gonna put some leaves up there. Got the stick going across. Look, got another little structure right here. Making a little place to sleep. Could just be a bunch of kids, right? That's what we used to do when I was younger, back in Indiana. We would go in the woods, and the berry patch, I called it, behind the high school, and we'd go way back here and make little forts, and we'd actually take food from home, you know, and we'd go spend the night down there, you know. Me and a kid I used to hang out with, when we were younger, we used to actually go down and jump on the train cars down at the train depot place, the train yard they called it, and run across like the second layers of car haulers, jump from car to car, run across the top, playing tag. Then sometimes at night we would sneak out of the house, sneak down to the train yard, walk the tracks, and then go back behind the woods. There was a train bridge that went across, and we would go down there and make a little fire and just camp out for the whole night. We mostly stayed up the whole night, just kind of bullshitting, you know, whatever, but talking. Sometimes we get up underneath the trestle bridge and walk on the little beams over the river. When the river's moving underneath, it would kind of mess up your mind, make you dizzy. Sometimes the train would come, you'd have to hold on to the side. So, yeah, that was fun. You know, that was really, really cool. Dangerous, but fun. Oh, okay. This is like an entrance from a neighborhood. We can kind of walk up through here. All right. Or I was also thinking, do the Boy Scouts still exist? Didn't they change their name? Maybe like there's a local Boy Scout troop that comes back here and like makes little huts and things and kind of teaches them things. I don't know. Somebody back there this whole time. I don't know who it is. They're wearing a blue shirt. It's the first person I've seen since I've been back here. Now I'm like more on a main trail. I guess it's a trail that goes like way up and around. So yeah. Look at this tree. Wonder when this fell. It's a big sucker, isn't it? Kind of reminds me of them old movies, which I think I want to watch that when I get home later. The Great Outdoors with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. I know maybe the younger kids probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but for anybody that's older, I'm sure you know what movie. John Candy was a good actor, but like I remember those movies growing up, like The Great Outdoors, you know, they're camping in a cabin on the lake and just enjoying life, you know, way before smartphones and all that internet and crap. Just don't get me wrong, I love my internet, but just kind of just, you know, back when like you sent your kids to camp, it was like real summer camps on the lake and like you see in the movies, you know, just like a real experience. You know, kids waited all year just because they knew they were going to summer camp. Some of them hated it, obviously, but their parents would send them anyways. But I mean, I never went to summer camp, but just, you know, in the movies you see it, right? The big summer camps on the lake, and kids were just happy to go see their friends again from other states, and you know, it was a good time. I think it was really cool. So I wish there was more of that still. There might still be. I'm sure there is a lot more summer camps still, but it's just a little different now. But if you think about it, that's with every generation, right? The generation before me, they thought the same thing. about my generation. Like, oh, it's different now. Things have changed. It's not like it used to be. So yeah. It just got me thinking, you know. But anyways, yeah. Let's get exploring. There's more little things built back here. Little places, you know. Yeah. That's kind of cool. I'm not sure if that's like a homeless encampment back there. They got some tents set up and drying their clothes and like they're making it a home, right? Gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Better than sleeping under a bridge. At least out here it's peaceful at night, right? Some more of these ferns. Those are called ferns, aren't they? Kind of like a fern. Maybe something called different. I don't know. We're going to take a little walk down this little side trail off the beaten path and see where it goes. Oh, I got the skate park down there. So we're gonna go back up this way. Well, we are back to the main trail. Looks like. Alright, we are back on the main trail. That was a nice little side adventure. Little side hike. Well, wow. Okay. Look at this neat little stairs. They built into the side of the hill going down. Well, let's walk down it and check it out. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. Listen, real closely. That's my knee. Damn. That's my knee every time I take a step. It's like that's going up and down stairs. Not like walking regular, but it's like that ain't good, is it? Right? Hope it ain't too painful in the future. I don't know. My mom has bad knees, so maybe I'll get them too. Who knows? All right. We were gonna head to the right. A little side trail if you're looking adventurous. Want to do a little hiking. Dang. That tree don't look old enough to fall over. Huh. Looks pretty well. Yeah, that's kind of rotten, isn't it? All the roots. Yeah. Some kind of yellow fungus on it. Tree herpes. Okay. Here we go, people. Wow. Ooh. Ooh. That's pretty steep. I don't know if you can see how steep that is, but wow, it's pretty steep. All right, we've come down the hill from the parking lot here, right by Olympic View Drive where I entered. I come down Olympic View Drive and then went up the hill, and that's how you get to the parking lot for the hiking trails. Here at the bottom though, there is a restroom, a little park, and a skate park if you're into skating. So go check this out, see what kind of nice little park this is. I figured I'd see some people skating down here. Yeah. So I could yell, do a kickflip! Right? Do a kickflip! You ever see those videos? Yeah. Not too bad. The name of this park is Fluid Motion. 1999 is when it was built. At least that's what it says on the plaque. Looks like not a bad little skate park. I wonder if there's any big popular ones here around Seattle. That'd be kind of cool to watch people do some skateboarding. Now, you know, I couldn't do it. Not now that I'm older. I was never really a skater when I was younger, you know. Like my brother and his friends would always do some skateboarding and things like that. And there was this building you could kind of break into next to the police station. It had like an old half pipe in it, I guess. People used to go do that, you know. It's kind of risky at night, as long as the police don't hear you or see you. But, you know, fun times. But we never vandalized. We never spray painted stuff and busted out windows and didn't know that crap, you know. So, but yeah, pretty cool. Do a kickflip. Let's head out here and we're gonna go around the other side of the park and see what they have over there. So I will see you here in a little bit. Well, we made it over here to the other side of Linwood Park. It looks like they have a basketball court, a couple small little playgrounds for children, and a baseball diamond. And I know where all the screaming came from earlier that I heard was looked like a bunch of kids playing soccer over there, having little soccer games, people playing basketball. Man, looks like a pretty fun little park, you know, if you were a child, right? Pretty cool. Got some people down there playing tennis. Right down around to the left of that tennis court is actually where I was parked a little bit ago for the hiking trail. You can actually walk right through there, but I ended up going all the way down and around just so I'd already be on this side, you know. That looks pretty nice. Nobody's out here shooting hoops today. Tell you what, man, I used to be one hell of a ball player when I was younger. No, I wasn't. I wasn't. In my mind, but not in real. I wasn't. I lied. It looks like got some restrooms over here. Smaller pavilion with picnic tables. Your nice basketball court. Then we're gonna walk over here. They got a nice old ball diamond. Check it out. Came across these empty swings over here. Nobody seems to be interested, so I'm gonna give it a little shot. I have a swing on a swing. Swing on a swing? Swung on a swing or swing on a swing? Swing a swing. Swung on a swing. And God knows how long. We're gonna give it a shot here. Laughing like I'm a little kid again, you know. Been a long time. It's pretty cool. I used to love roller coasters and all sorts of things, you know. The Twister. Yeah. Amusement parks, man. Indiana Beach is when I lived in Indiana when I was younger. Used to love going to Indiana Beach with our friends, you know. Hanging out. It's pretty cool. But now things have changed. I've got a little older. Last time I went on the Twister at a little fair. I hadn't been on one in years, and at first it was pretty fun when I started going, you know, through there, but man, after a few minutes, man, I was just leaned over thinking, I hope this thing ends. Man, I felt dizzy as hell. Never used to feel like that when I was a kid, but maybe it's just from not experiencing it for a long time, but yeah. Never too old to go on a swing. All right. Let's check out and see what else they got. The Harry H. Moore Field. It's a nice little ball field. Like to come down and check out a game sometime. You know, back when I was younger, we had a little park down by the river called Riverside Park. And us kids used to go down there and hang out. Had a carousel where you could like go around and get these rings like out of this little thing when you're going by. If you got the golden ring, you got a free ride. So that was kind of cool. It was a pretty long park. It went down in a big circle. They had a baseball field there. We used to hang out at the very end of the baseball. It was bigger than this. We'd hang out outside the fence on the end, and we'd wait for people to hit balls, home runs, which didn't happen all the time, but whenever they hit a home run, if you got the ball and then ran around and took it to the concession stand, you got a free popcorn and a small cup of soda. So we always look forward to that. It was like, you know, when you're running around 12 years old, whatever, 11, 12 years old, you know, down at the park with your friend, free popcorn and soda, man, that's awesome, right? We still that. We never did keep the ball. I mean, I don't think so. We might have kept one, but that was always cool. Because sometimes I'd hit if you got lucky, that hit 2 or 3, you know what I mean, in a whole night, depending on who was playing. So, you know, if you'd already had popcorn and soda, you would let your friend have it, you know what I mean? Just kind of share, right? But yeah, just old memories. Memories of the old younger days. All right. Well, what's it called? Eshelberger Fieldhouse, home of the Pacific Little League, 18,927. There you go, folks. If you want to come down and watch a game. But yeah, nice and peaceful. Nice cool breeze hitting me. I think that's about it, man. Well, I'm gonna sign off here. Probably head back towards the house and kind of relax for the day. I've been running around, you know, every day doing videos, and you know, I was gonna go to the mountains today, but you know, it's where I've been doing videos at, it's like a little over an hour away to get down there without traffic, and longer to get back, obviously. But I think today I'm gonna stick closer to home, you know, and just kind of relax for the day, right? Maybe the next couple days, and kind of get out and go down by the water, you know, maybe do some more videos somewhere else. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of Lindale Park in Linwood, Washington, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.